Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, and this is going to be a bit of a weird, probably a short video. So, many years ago when Betrayal at Calth was released, and the heresy really started to shift into kind of more modern popularity, GW decided that they would grab a guy who was at Warhammer World taking some photos and showcase his army. And that was to showcase his army for the upcoming Betrayal at Calth. He had this fantastic Ultramarines force, and they were like, this is perfect. Let's get this in White Dwarf. And you may have seen it if you're, a grognard like me. There's a couple of more pictures here. And, he's got lots and lots of Forge World goodies, and then some plasticky goodies, and lots of tanks, lots of resin tanks, the old resin Spartan, the super heavies. This is a really, really expensive, top tier GW. I mean, Warlord Titan, this is something that you look at and go, wow, this guy has spent a huge amount of money on his collection. He's really invested into the hobby. GW must look at this guy and go, this guy is a premium tier collector. This is the sort of person we want. This is what we want people's armies to look like. And there's only one slight problem with this. The entire army, bar 2 models, were recasts. That's right. Everything except this Warlord Titan and this Librarian were recast miniatures. And GW couldn't tell. Let that sink in. The testicles on this man are so large and so brass, he walked into the den of the lion with a fully counterfeit army and then got it featured in White Dwarf. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, first of all, just to, kudos for just having the balls to do that, because that takes some brass knuckers, and it's a really good looking army. But mostly, I want to say this because we just proven quite categorically on every level that GW is replaceable here. Now, do I condone piracy in the recasting of models? Yeah, actually. Only for certain creators, i.e. GW. I know you're like, oh my god, but that's stealing from someone, that's taking from them, and they work really hard, and the R&D costs and everything else. Don't care. Really don't care. These guys have screwed us every single time. Every opportunity they've got, they have milked us like cattle. Now, if it was a small creator, like some of the bust creators, for example, you see out there, I am vehemently against recasting their stuff. If it's a small creator, then no. But GW is a titan of this industry. GW is the evil empire. I'm sorry, but that's the best way of putting it. And I have no sympathy for them. They have told us every single time that any change to a manufacturing process is to save us money, and then the prices have gone up almost immediately afterwards. So, either they are absolutely terrible at their job, or they're just lying habitually at this point. Now, I get it, the designers and everything else, they require paying, and they should be paid for their work. But not at the expense of the community. We as a community know that these models do not cost what Games Workshop tells us they cost. We know for a fact that metal and resin models are not as hard to make as GW tries to portray. But, yeah, think it's also really funny that this is the only legitimate model, and also it's like the worst painted one out of all of them. This model is like £20 from GW if you can still get it. I can get this from a recaster in the same quality for £3. Now, yeah, I get it. They can cut corners, they work with more toxic materials, they're in a third world country, etc, etc, etc. GW has the economy of scale, where these guys might make 100 a year, GW will make 100,000 a year. So, should you go out and buy recasts? Maybe, if you want. If there's something you want, you know, if there's a model you need, yeah, why not? But actually, I'd recommend a 3D print over a recast. Take it completely out of their hands. Just gone. The amount of money that this costs from Games Workshop is enough to buy a brand new car. Okay? And from a recaster, it's enough to buy a second-hand car. You could print all of that yourself, including the cost of the printer, for the price of like a 2004 Fiat shitbox. Seriously. And then you can print the same again. I just cannot overstate how much this is making me laugh internally. I can't laugh physically at the moment. But this is hilarious to me. This is just... it's perfect in every way, shape or form. They can't tell the difference. And this apparently had some of the most high-ups in GW come down and look at it. So yeah. So if you want some cheeky shit, go and have a look at the Imperial Herald on Instagram. It's like a... well, you know, it's the Imperial Herald. It like does kind of mock newspaper articles. And they're very funny. That's it. Like I said, it was only going to be a short video. There's no intro, no outro. Have a great day. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. I love you all so much. Bye bye.